So it finishes Everton 3, Leeds United 0. We talked, didn't we, midweek about Everton being dragged into that relegation scrap. A big victory for them that puts them 5 clear of Norwich City, and they have 2 games in hand as well. Go on then, Don.
Frank was amazing, wasn't he? Went back to 4-4-2, just made it easy for the players, simplified it. Listen, if you could bottle a performance and show anyone across the world how Everton should win a game, it was that type of performance. It was players tracking back, it was running hard, it was winning 50-50s. Alan was getting around the pitch in midfield. I mean, granted, Michael Keane and Mason Holgate played up against Dan James, who played as a false 9, and that didn't work. And Rodrigo struck the crossbar on the stanchion, and it could have been 2-2 at half-time. It was a little bit nervy. But Donny van der Beek played alongside Alan. He had more legs than Andre Gomez. At the top end of the pitch, Richarlison had a relationship with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Anthony Gordon on the right-hand side was amazing. It wasn't a sort of an amazing performance, Dan. It was one of them, if you asked Evertonians before the game, they would have been anxious, they would have been petrified, they would have been watching this game behind the sofa because it was such a big game. And if you had asked them before the game, will you take a 1-0, ugly, scrappy win and move on, they would have took it all day long. And it wasn't just the win. And I think Frank said after the game, the performance was excellent. It was really, really good.
Did you send Frank a message? Did he get blue tick, Don?
No, I'll let him enjoy that one. I'll bug him when he needs it.
He's blocked him.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's just ghosted him.
He sent my text messages, it went green, it didn't go through. Interestingly, Don, you mentioned just briefly how energetic it was for Everton.
Yeah.
So where does that leave? I know it's very early. Where does Dele Alli fit into all this eventually?
It's on him, Craig. He came on and he'd done some nice little bits. He produced a great little bit of skill on the right-hand side where he put a cross in for Rondon, and he sort of had a left foot volley in the top corner and Meslier put off a good save. I think it's on Dele Alli now, and I think he's got the right manager in Frank. And listen, how can you turn around and go, well, the manager to blame when you go through people like Pochettino and Jose and Conte and Nuno, and now he's got Frank Lampard. I think it's one of them now where I think Frank will be honest with him, and I think he'll say to him, listen, we've got you on a free transfer, and I think the fee rises to sort of 30-40 million pound if they win the Champions League and he plays 1 million games. So it's all on the player. It's all on the player. Dele Alli now has to look in the mirror, Craig, look himself and go, right, I'm 25. I've got 10 years left in the game. It's on me. I can't keep blaming these managers. But what he needs, which he didn't really have today again, and the same in the Newcastle game, he doesn't really have that fire in his belly yet. So whether that's self-confidence or he needs Frank to put an arm around him or he's got to find it himself, listen, he's got to get going, mate, honestly, because at 25, he's got 10 years in the game, and it'd be such a shame if he just wasted it having those managers that he's sort of played under.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.